Hello. Ah, it works. Okay, we need everyone to take their seats. We're going to have a... I don't think so. Okay, everyone, please come sit down. We've got just a short plenary session here. I like to hear all the buzz in the hallway because that means that people are really either planning the evening or talking about all the exciting things that you learned today. I'll assume the latter. Okay.
Jim, can I make a short little announcement?
Sure. Short announcement.
Short announcement. Someone from my TV group left a green hat in the room over there.
Someone lost a hat.
Maybe he abandoned it.
No. He wanted a gold one?
Okay. Well, let's get started. We want to have a short plenary session here to kind of wrap up day 2 and also anticipate tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We've had 2 days now. And so the first thing I would ask the groups about what worked today. You had the round robin sessions today. What was it that really stands out for you in terms of what worked in these meetings? Not in detail, but it would be good to get your just initial reaction for just a few minutes here this afternoon. Any comments? Yes.
It was, very fruitful, and I learned so many things,
Do we have another mic? Well, maybe I can just give you these.
Thanks, Jim. It was very exciting, and we have learned so many things, and frankly speaking, I learned so many, new technologies and other things which I was not aware of, particularly, in the climatology and regarding, crop sectors, and other associated technologies. So it was, very fruitful and went very well.
Okay, thank you. And could you help maybe take this to someone else? Someone else?
I think everyone might be tired.
So one of the things
we might have exhausted them, Jim.
Maybe the thing that stood out today is that it wore you out. You're really exhausted from the day. Well, those were good comments, and I think that was part of the reason for this, is to have each team member, whether you're like an economist, you're now exposed to some of the climate issues, and some of the crop modeling issues, and some of the IT issues, and so forth. And so this is the start on the integration across the different disciplines. Anything else stand out? Anything scare you about these sessions? Or are you now really worried about the future?
I've become more relaxed.
You're more relaxed, okay.
In 2 different groups, we came to a conclusion that just because you're starting on a fast track doesn't mean the other activities can stand still and wait. And we decided there's kind of an intermediate stopping point that was very good. If you have good household survey data for a second or third site that you think you're doing long term, develop teams to start working on that concurrently, because we don't think the template form for the entries will change, the identification of the soils, identification of the climate will not change. Get these into the databases, get them in form ready to run the crop models, and at that point maybe you could stop. You might be able to run a baseline, something, but the unknown parts that we're really more waiting about would be what are the wraps? We're still deciding that. And then the question that the TOA, there seems to be a little more uncertainty in my view as to what TOA is doing and meaning and interpreting, but I don't think that will change anything in the structure of through the first step of the first model run. So get the other parts of your project that are meant to be done long-term started concurrently. Okay, assuming that you have people and funding and things.
That's a very good point. In fact, in terms of timetable, I think by the end of the week we'll have some a little bit more guidance on the timetable. We've been discussing that in the management team. But one of the things that I learned today, and also in sub-Saharan Africa when we had this, that I learned that I'm stuck over here, and I didn't get a chance to go out to the economic breakout team and the crop model breakout team and so forth. So I think you're very fortunate to have had that experience. I hope you think that way as well. Any other comments? Nothing from southern India or Sri Lanka or IGB? No? Well, I don't want to belabor the point. This was just to get a quick reaction about what worked. So would you all agree that the round robins are really a good approach to starting the discussions about integrated assessment? Everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Ah, okay, that's good. That's good feedback there, because we'll be hopefully having other opportunities to have these kind of workshops in the future. And we do make changes in the agendas. And one of the things that we're going to do tomorrow, Cheryl can correct me if I'm wrong, but we have not had a clear picture presented about what IT is doing. We didn't have just a complete IT group, and we think it's important for everyone to see the databases and the tools and the implications of that in the different projects. And so we've got, Cheryl, is that right, tomorrow morning? So sometime tomorrow morning, we will,
First thing.
first thing. First thing tomorrow morning, we will have an overview of the IT tools, the databases, some of the things where we are right now and what still needs to be done. Because part of this is that we think there's a lot of IT expertise in South Asia. And we would like to see if there's interest in contributing to the development of this broader agmip IT platform, because we think it's here to stay. We think it's the big picture approach that really is open and doesn't disenfranchise anyone. Most of the things that we see in terms of database development these days, they're kind of selfish. Like one of the parties in the U.S. They're kind of selfish, and agmip is not. We're really building this so that it really promotes the accessibility to different models, crop models, climate information, and economic models as well. So we'll see that, and there'll be a discussion around that tomorrow as well. And then the rest of the morning, each group will have, how much time do they have?
They're going to have, I think it's 5 minutes each.
5 minutes?
10 is enough, because
5 to 10.
you've got 2 hours.
Oh, okay, so 10 minutes each.
So maximum of 10 minutes to make a short presentation. You're allowed 2 slides, okay? And this is sort of a midweek summary of where we are, a sort of a checkpoint of what's been done, what you've included, what your plans are now, and the highlights.
Can I make a suggestion on that?
So on the 2 slides, I think these are, basically a report back from the round robins. So take the 4 topics, and for each one, put your bullets under that of where you are on that particular topic, what you've learned, where you're going in your plan. It's the midweek check-in to that in a very brief way. Of course, this is leading to Friday when you're going to be reporting back much more fully. How does that sound?
That sounds good. Maybe see if there are questions about that. It does require a little homework tonight.
Right. There is homework, and so and the topics are in the agenda. It was repeated 4 times. So those are the 4 topics that we want to hear your report back on. This is your midweek
quick comment. When we did a workshop similar to this a couple months ago, around this time of the week, sometimes there would be lunch meetings or after end of day meetings where the teams would get back together and kind of have some interaction. So that might be something to consider if you have time and energy enough to do that. That might help.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, we don't have a whole lot of time to schedule these external events and so forth, but like even at lunch, maybe you could create a table that your project team could get together and organize better organize your plans. So that's tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow afternoon we will begin.
11 o'clock is when those.
Starts at 11.
Starts at 11. We'll have breakouts, and that's when we're going to start working with data and working on the different components of the integrated assessment. So we'll have the crop simulating regional.
Yeah, so there's one on simulating regional crop productivity. So that's, Ken, you're going to be.
Initially it's the crop modeling. Look on the next page, then page 4.
Okay, good.
It's crop modeling, climate, and IT together for the first. Cheryl's leading.
And Ken, this is where you do actual working with computers and machines and data.
You know.
Yeah, in fact, I'll give a talk that sort of lays out for the crop modeling group the overall framework and where we're going in this. It's just a short talk that sort of shows what the pieces are and how we're putting them together.
Okay.
And then the crop modeling, climate, and IT will be together. And then the economic groups will be separate. So there'll be basically two breakouts starting at 11 o'clock. Ken?
Yeah.
Maybe this is at John Ansel's risk of missing. I saw a few of the economist groups were very interested in what would be in that template file. And we will be going through a template format for entering that survey data from the start of the meeting. Going through that, and unless Cheryl shows it well enough tomorrow morning, first step. And this is partly a suggestion that it might be good for the economists to actually sit in on that multiple session for the first half hour or hour. But let's discuss that some more.
Any reaction, John, to that? My only reaction is, Ken, that the spreadsheet and the template that we have is really only for the crop production and the.
His survey data is going in there, except for economics.
Well, that's what I mean.
Sorry.
The
tacos?
John,
Not yours?
John, can you maybe respond to this, and also can you just give people a heads about what you and Roberto are going to be doing in your breakout starting tomorrow morning at 11?
Well, right, we'll be talking about economics. We need to do a lot of. So I don't know. I mean, I guess my feeling is that that's something that probably the crops team members could communicate to the economics team members.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, the way that spreadsheet was created, we took the original survey data that you guys had for that region, and then we cut out things that weren't important for things. So there does have to, and I think Ken's right, there does need to be a consistency there to avoid reinventing the wheel and entering data 2 or 3 different times. So the communication is important. Any other comment? No? Okay.
Wait for the mic.
What Ken was suggesting it is a good idea that we could break out tomorrow morning in 2 groups. Let's say look on that template, maybe we can shorten our copy rate, and in 10-15 minutes we can do that, and so that we keep our time limits also, and then we have.
I think Cheryl can show it if you're putting her up tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I think Cheryl may actually be able to show that enough tomorrow morning. And if there's a further interest in that, and you want to come into the crop modeling, Ken would welcome it for sure. John may trip you on the way out.
Or
Okay.
coffee break is also a good idea.
Coffee break's a
Yeah.
good way to do it too, so. Okay, good. Good feedback. And then tomorrow afternoon, on the agenda, it says at 16:30 to 1700, there'll be a presentation about web tools and resources. Okay, and that will be, Cheryl and Dilip will be talking about that. And there are, there's some things that we think that a lot of people will want to know about. It would be really good if most people could attend that. And then we have 1700 to 1800, John Antle and Roberto Valdivia, but that's been canceled. So I wanted to make sure that you knew about that. And there, is there a possibility for an excursion into Colombo or?
It's an evening time, so we can't see anything like that.
Dark
After
outside.
5:30, it's dark outside, we can't organize after 6 o'clock.
What about shopping?
Shopping, the groups can go on their own.
Okay.
Because rather than crowding to a shop, it's always better to go to a small group.
Okay, so anyway, we will be having an early day, earlier than the last 2 days, or probably
We can celebrate Diwali tomorrow.
So you can celebrate Diwali,
Exactly.
or you can go shopping. I'm assuming some of the stores will still be open. Where's our Sri Lankan? Will the stores shopping be open after 5 o'clock? So, okay, so shopping is a great, go spend your money in Sri Lanka. Okay. Okay, is there anything else? I think that's all.
Anything else for today?
Oh,
I just want to make an announcement for the Sri Lankan team that we would just like to meet afterwards in that corner.
Okay, Sri Lanka team, meet in the back corner over there immediately after we adjourn.
And the check-in, the leaders check-in.
And the leaders will check in. You want to go over here?
Resource persons
Sure.
too.
Let's go over there.
And the resource persons should
And
come.
resource persons all need to come too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other, and we're starting tomorrow morning at 8:30.
8:30.
We have a instructions that we want the AV stuff set up. You come here at 8:15, so we'll get it all set up and be ready to start. So Cheryl, have your PowerPoint ready and loaded by 8:30.
You'll let me go back to my room.
Okay. Well, we're actually ending early.
Yeah,